this has been definitely a passion project. I know of YSN. It's been kind of a passion project of a lot of people that are on here as well to get this mentorship program up and running. I know it's one that's near and dear to me, so I can't wait to get the program started. But so Taylor and Stacy were pretty integral in getting a lot of the pieces and puzzles put together. I know there's probably a couple more of you on the committee, but so we just kind of wanted to go over it today, talk about open enrollments when that's going to open up, and kind of what to expect from the program and stuff like that. So I appreciate both of you jumping on, and it'll be open communication. So please chime in anytime you guys got it. Either raise your hand or just kind of we'll get somebody to stop chat in between. So Taylor, Stacy, I'll turn it both over to you guys if you want.
Okay, yeah, sure. I can go ahead and introduce myself.
There you go. Perfect.
My name is Stacy Pollock. I am the state YSN coordinator from Michigan. I have been in the surveying industry since 2018, so I'm still fairly new. Um, I am the oncoming secretary for NSPS YSN, and I am a co-chair for the mentoring committee. I joined NSPS YSN probably a couple years ago, and I've just seen us, all coming together and really excelling the program. And I wanted to be a part of it, and I thought this is the way I could contribute is by participating and kind of getting a mentorship program going. Something that I think we can all agree on that we've needed in the past. So.
Yeah, and my name's Taylor Shepley. I'm the Pennsylvania State Director for the YSN. I've been in the industry about 10 years. I'm a graduate of the Penn State Wilkes-Barre program. Currently have my license in Pennsylvania and Maryland. And I know that through my various adventures as a surveyor and all the places it's taken me, I know that mentorship was something that I I received to an extent, but I know it would have been helpful had I known I was receiving it. So, when I was given the opportunity here to co-chair with Stacy on this mentorship program, I jumped in with both feet, and I'm excited to get this up and running for everybody to be able to utilize it and become better surveyors.
And I guess we can kind of just start rolling through. Nolan, you don't need to introduce yourself, do you? Everybody knows you, right?
Everybody knows him.
Oh, okay.
He's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
All right. Since I'm the supporting role tonight, just a reminder. Uh, no, I'm Nolan Mark. I am the current NSPS YSN president. I'm out of Indiana, also licensed in Michigan and Kentucky. Um, the kind of background of this kind of YSN mentorship program. Jacob had kind of thought about the idea last year, so as president this year, I wanted to kind of fulfill his presidency as past president and make this come to life. And as Taylor and Stacy said, they're both pretty passionate about the subject matter and can also go into it a little bit more. Like I said, more for support tonight for these two. They're the co-chairs. They've been rocking and rolling. I can't say enough good things about either of them. Um, and then just about the mentor, maybe one more thing about the mentorship program. And I know we're here tonight and we are kind of going through the PDF, but it's open discussion. One thing about this program, not to knock on Mentoring Mondays as I'm on the program talking about this, but I know typically sometimes we see PowerPoint presentations or one person talking.
Yeah.
This program is not meant to be a PowerPoint presentation. It's meant for you to be engaged and to have either the one-on-one or group sessions. So we'll get into that a little bit more, but
Love it.
I'll leave that to Taylor and Stacy. So with that, I'll let you two go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Taylor, do you kind of want me to start or you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, I mean, I can get started here. So There are around, I think, 6 or 7 of us on the mentorship committee, and we started um, getting this whole project rolling. I think it was last August. We finally, were able to all get together, put some ideas together, and we did have um, a good bit of ideas and plannings that we were able to take and run with the um, sorry, just up here. Go ahead, Stacy. I'm working on a bug here.
Okay. Yeah, so our idea for the mentorship program is try to create topics that we thought young professionals needed a little bit of assistance on. And these topics came from our own experience, but also kind of piggybacking on the FIG Young Surveyors Mentorship Program as well. So one of them that is particularly important to me is a surveyor's role in a multidisciplinary industry. That's something that I'm currently working in. I received mentorship for that, but would like to give somebody mentorship from what I've learned on that as well. Another one is like conflict resolution, something that we all surveyors could probably get mentored on. We're dealing with so many engineers or other surveyors, attorneys, municipalities. There's just a lot going on in our profession that we thought developing these key cards that touch on topics, mentors, or excuse me, the mentees would be able to, cherry pick, I guess. Well, I kind of want to work on conflict resolution, or I kind of want to work on personal branding. So I want to be mentored on that. And I think that's really what's important about this mentoring program is that we're not just throwing something at the wall and we're like, okay, well, everybody's going to benefit from what we decide. We kind of did a very broad topics, and the mentees get to pick, well, I would like to be mentored on this. And I think that's what's important or special about our program. And like I said, we kind of piggybacked on FIG. They have it rocking and rolling over there. But so some of the highlights for this program, and I think is that being one of them, is the key card selection, that you can kind of tailor your mentoring. But it's a nationwide reach. So we're bringing this across the United States. We're hoping to, we've got 20 seats, I think, that we're starting with, Taylor, right? Or more than that.
Yeah, we're shooting for 20 or 25.
Okay. So, and we wanted to start off kind of fairly small. I think it would be a lot to kind of throw at like 100 people to manage on our first rollout. So we're kind of starting it small and hopefully to grow from there. We do want to keep it within the United States, but obviously, grow the next year. So starting off at 25, I think is obtainable. So could you zoom in a little bit? I'm sorry. So the diverse fields of practice, and like I said, I think that kind of touches base on the key cards, that each mentor is going to have some kind of specialization that they could offer to the mentee. And with the way that we're going to not marry, but match up the mentor and mentee, we're definitely taking in those diverse fields into consideration. The flexible engagement. So I'm just kind of running through on some of the important highlights here. But so there's going to be flexible engagement. We've got kind of an agenda set up to where the commitment is, we're beginning with like a group session. Everybody's kind of going to get together and introduce themselves. And then we're going to break out into one-on-one sessions and kind of go over, like I said, these important topics. I think this is important to touch on too, that it is for professional and personal growth. We're not going to be telling somebody how to do a survey, teaching CAD skills or anything like that. We're really just trying to help them grow, I guess, with their soft skills and try and maneuver through the diverse and sometimes difficult profession. So with that, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what mentorship is, right? We might not need to really touch base on that.
Well,
Yeah.
Taylor, feel free to chime in
I was
anytime.
gonna, I'd say, I think you hit on an important part there, Stacy, and that's not teaching them how to survey as much as it is the life skills almost, right? And the business
Right.
skills, the leadership skills. Um, we're not teaching you how to do the math to pass an exam and certain things like that, right? So I think that's an important point to make sure that that is definitely come across is personal growth, professional growth within the career opportunities, the networking opportunities, those certain things. I think as opposed to how to break down a section 6 or something like that, right? So
Right.
I think
Yeah.
that's the important part. I think that we probably want to get across. I think with a lot of this. So great point there.
Thank
Yeah, we're
you.
definitely going to be focusing more on the soft skills and
Yeah.
again the professional development. I'm pulling up the key cards right here to kind of list off
Yep.
everything that we're planning on doing. So we have conflict resolution and problem solving, ethics and professionalism, the importance of licensure and or
Yeah.
certification, networking with peers and clients, teamwork and communication, understanding industry and emerging technology, understanding the surveyor's role in a multidisciplinary industry, which Stacy had touched base on,
Yep.
work-life balance and time management. That's something that I feel, as surveyors,
Yeah.
we tend to be lacking on it sometimes. And then the project and people management and leadership. So those are the key topics that we're going to be putting our efforts and focusing into on this year's mentorship program. That when you sign up, you'll be able to choose from those a certain number. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
Taylor, I know we don't have those all wrapped up yet, but if you had access to that document, you can always read off a few things too. So
yeah, I was pulling up just the list that we have on the drive. Trying to think what a good one would be that I could
yeah.
pull
And
into.
while you're pulling that up, I know we said 20 to 25. I know with this being through NSPS, I think we've also discussed that if it has to go up to, or we have enough participation that goes up to 50, we might be able to. That's 50 mentors, 50 mentees. So
Yep.
Yep.
You,
Stacy, do you want to start talking about the structure?
yeah. There you
Yeah, I can do that.
go.
The mentority structure or just the program
Just the
itself?
program itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I wanted to touch base a little bit more on the expectations, maybe
Yeah.
before kind of getting into the structure. So we didn't want to, and this is all in the packet. We don't really, like I said, we're not trying to teach someone how to do a survey, how to use CAD, no technical skills. And this program isn't for like job placement, but the program is a pathway for young professionals. We want to kind of help them set goals, measurable goals that they can attain. I know when I first started, I kind of wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in surveying, and I have kind of found my path, but still trying to figure things out. But and we also just want to give a bigger opportunity to network for similarly motivated professionals. So the way we're going to kind of start things off, and I think I've touched based on it a little bit, but we're doing group sessions. We're going to do one-on-one sessions. We have the date scheduled from beginning in March and having about how many is it, Nolan? Like 5 to 6 mentor mentee meetings. So this is going to follow all the way through July and ending in August. So kind of a longer time commitment. The mentors and mentees would be meeting about once a week, I think, to talk about some topics. And the way we're structuring it is, like I said, they're going to pick those key cards, and then there's going to be follow up. So there's useful resource links when we compile these key cards that the mentees are going to select. It's going to be so. I want to talk about conflict resolution. So this is a paragraph that how we would explain, like just touching base on conflict resolution. Here's are some useful resource links that the mentee, also the mentor, should look over. And then there's going to be questions, follow-up questions that's going to engage conversation. We don't want to throw anybody just into it and say, like, tell them what you know. So we're trying to, well, tell them what you know, but also kind of follow this structure that's going to help engage and have insightful conversation. So also with those leading questions, what else do we have? What am I forgetting? Resource links, the follow-up questions.
Yeah, there's some questions to definitely engage in conversation. We're not expecting you to come up with what to talk about on these topics yourselves. There's definitely some guidance there to at least get the conversation going, and then from there, based on your own personal experience, again, we're trying to tailor this to the mentors and the mentees as much as possible based on the pairings and everything else, that it can really go in any direction you want it to. We're not saying you have to go through all of these questions. It's like, here's some things to think about, here's some things to talk about. Maybe from the ethics and professionalism standpoint, there's a few examples that really make you think that you can really go into a deep discussion about on your own. So
yeah, and I think what we developed is just kind of helping a natural conversation. So it's not like a cookie cutter, do this. It's just something to help prompt it and have a natural conversation. And I think it's gonna work. It's worked for FIG, and we kind of wanted to bring it over here into the States. They kind of showed us a lot of their successes and not so much successes, and we're hoping that we can learn from what they've done and implement a successful program, just kind of following and tailoring a little bit to what they've done. So we begin with like a big session. Everybody kind of meets each other. This is obviously after the pairings, and there's capabilities and mentority. Am I saying it right? I still can't say it right. I butcher it every time. But there's a way to like pair up. So that program has capabilities to do that, and then the board's going to cross check and make sure that we think people are paired up correctly. So a mentee that's seeking a certain topic is going to be paired with someone obviously in their state, and that is interested in talking about that particular key card as well. And then there's going to be, like I said, one-on-one sessions for how many weeks? How many weeks did we put on there?
If you scroll to page 8, Taylor.
Yep.
And then I know Stacy, you mentioned the meeting. If you look at that schedule, I know it's not really once a week. Like if you're looking at mentor-mentee meeting.
Oh, once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, you're given a 2-week window to try and schedule a time with your mentor or mentee to have a conversation on one of those key card discussions. And then there's going to be 6 in total with 3 group meetings.
Cool. So the like meeting one would be based on key card one, whatever that may be, right? And everybody meets on their own time and discusses meeting or key card one, and then same thing, right? So like you said, there's based on the schedule, you have meeting one, meeting two, three, four, five, six. So every meeting you'll talk about each one of those key cards. So
Exactly.
yep, nice. And then you say then you got the roundtable discussions where everybody will get in and talk about the first couple of key cards, probably
Yep.
how things played out. Yep, cool. The June, the social event. Um, is all that still going to be on Zoom as well?
Yeah, everything's going to be
Zoom based
um,
or
virtual.
software based? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be through Mentornity, which
Yep.
we'll get into a little bit later, but it is compatible with most of the video sharing services that we have with like Zoom and Teams and everything else. So
There'll be
It-
formal dress from the waist up.
And then it might be going down a rabbit hole, but you're still trying to develop some information on each one of these key cards. Is that correct, Stacy?
Yes, we are.
That's why, yeah, okay. Leading, reaching out for, so people even now or even watching later can provide suggestions for topics or information or video links and certain things that go with each one of those particular key cards again. So we can,
yeah, I did have the work-life balance and time management key card pulled up because we do have that one
okay, cool.
finalized, and it does provide a little introduction about it, and then some conversation questions to get things rolling that you can really dive into as much or as little as you want.
Nice, cool. Yeah, the
And
schedule program's good there. So opening obviously March, those first couple of weeks in March. So we'll get into that at the end, but
Did
yeah,
you,
and
Taylor, did you want to bring up that card or just go run through a few things? Doesn't have to be everything, but
Oh, was the card not showing up? I'm sorry.
yeah.
no, just your PDF. Yep.
Okay. Let me.
I think if you stop share, you can probably, there you go, reshare with the,
I thought I was sharing my entire screen. I'm sorry.
there you go. That very
What?
first header, I'm not very good at those words. The word saying no.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think between saying no or even number 7 myself,
Yeah,
always a good one.
I'm pretty good at number 7. I'm pretty good. I just make a lot of quick trips and do shit outside of time, but
There you go, number 9, just for you, Trent.
uh, never. I never say no.
How about 11?
Oh yeah, there you go. I do get 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours a night. You're good there. That's awesome. Uh, 11B, thank gosh. Still not yet. I'm good. I got a lot of energy. I just ran 19 miles, 19.3 miles this weekend. So
my God.
all through Disneyland too, on top of that. Do you know when you perform your best? Oh, that's a great question. Monday through Friday. Oh, these are great. These are going to be good questions. I like that, especially on that particular topic. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
And especially between the two conversations, right? Like, I mean, depending on who somebody gets paired up with, like those are going to be fun conversations. I like that. Very cool. Nothing was sharing, so I don't know if you're going to go back. There you go.
Yeah, I'm going back to the
Yep,
program.
no worries. That's awesome. Yeah, I can imagine writing some of those Q&As for each one of those. Those are going to be fun. What do you need still help creating some or all of these, or can somebody
We have the
all
key
help you?
cards we have the key cards pretty much finalized at this
Okay,
point.
perfect.
Our big push right now is going to be getting everything set up on Mentornity and ready to go for the application deadline.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
So I guess now would be a good time. Well, first off, do we have any questions? I guess now would be a good time for some questions.
Somebody's gonna have something.
They're holding it till the end. All good.
There used to be a lot of Q&A at the end, and some of these we haven't got a lot at the moment. Oh,
Here.
I was gonna say, Mr. Brown just unmuted himself. Go for it.
Yeah, I was wondering what kind of experience levels you're looking for mentor mentee wise.
Yes.
Great question. Great question.
Any level. I think the only thing we've kind of set a limit on is in terms of mentee is Trent. I don't think we said college students or like maybe your typical age range, or definitely nobody below the age of 18 is kind of where we were drawing the line. But I think
One of the other things we had mentioned is you have to be a member of the Young Surveyors Network. So
Yes.
meet qualifications as well, which is 35 and under or within 10 years of graduating from a program, a higher education program, which
Yeah.
that's the mentee point. But if you want to get picky here, you could be the supporting YSN member, which doesn't meet those requirements, but is
That's it.
still technically a part. If you really want to be a mentee, we're not going to say no.
That's awesome. I think, and maybe where Wyatt was going with that is maybe years of experience or how long you've been in the profession, or is it somebody 3 months into the profession, or does that aspect really matter? So, do you got to have 5 years of experience, or something like that before you jump into this program? So,
Yeah,
absolutely.
from the mentee side of things, I
yeah,
wouldn't think that
you're in
you
the
need.
profession, and that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, and from the mentor side of things, if you have something that you're really passionate about, I don't think it would be hard to try and share that knowledge with someone else.
absolutely. Awesome.
Based on the questions that we have in the application, it's really going to come down to the pairings. So if you might not have as much experience as someone else, but based on the applications, you pair really well with someone else, like there's good opportunity for you to be a mentor.
And do you know much of the pairing, how that's going to work? Because all I
So
can visualize is the dating app, but so,
the,
which of
the
course I'm married for 20 plus years, so I don't know what that is, but that's all I can think of.
so the application questions for the mentor and the mentee are going to be very similar, and Mentornity actually has its own uh, pairing built into it based on the application questions with similar answers. So we'll take those Mentornity pairings as suggestions and then review everything else as far as like geographic location,
Okay.
industry focus, that sort of thing, and then make the pairings ourselves as a committee.
George, exactly. Sorry, George sent me a private message. Dating, that's scary. Exactly. That's funny. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so a lot of it kind of almost AI-ish on the back end, sounds like. So,
Yeah.
yeah, nice. Cool. Who doesn't who doesn't like the SMART goals? I do that. I do that a lot. Anybody who has been a part of association uses either SWAT or SMART. So it's always good.
Trying to think where we left off.
Yeah, it was on page 10. I know it was kind of
Yeah. 10 was the schedule.
8 was the schedule, project expectation or program expectations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stacy, is there anything else in program expectations you want to touch base on?
No, I think we hit the nail on the head with kind of saying, what
Yeah.
we did. It wasn't CAD focused, or we're not placing people with jobs or anything like that. So it's for professional growth for the mentor and mentee. Maybe it's a good time to kind of go over Mentority itself and what capabilities it has, because that's going to be the main platform that we use, right, for the mentors and mentees for communication. Did you want to go over that since you've kind of had
Yeah, I've been diving diving deep
into
into it.
that?
Yeah. So Mentornity is what FIG, both in Australia and Africa, has been using and proven to be successful the last, I think Australia was 2021, right?
Uh-huh.
So, they've been up and running. Australia's been up and running with it for 4 years, and Africa just started their pilot program here a few years ago. And both have really proven to be successful as far as numbers and um, communication, not only between the mentors and the mentees, but between um, the users and the admins. So we decided to go that route as well. Everything is inclusive within the software. There is some cross compatibility, like I said, with Zoom and Teams and other services, but everything as far as the content, scheduling the meetings, um,
Reminders.
reminders, filling out the questionnaires at the end, the applications, the pairing, everything is going to be done through Mentornity.
Which is good, because I feel like, we're not keeping stuff everywhere. It's on one platform and it's there. There's admin rights, and the admin rights will be given to are we giving it to all of NSPS YSN board, or is it just Taylor and the committee?
It'll probably be the committee.
Yeah. So there's going to be the committee will have the admin rights, and that kind of comes with the pairing and kind of setting everything up. So I like that it's the functionality of it. I think it's going to be it's good, and it's very user friendly, and like Taylor said, there's been other countries that have had successes with it. So we're hoping
Yeah,
to get that rolling.
I think having a software program that is, specifically geared towards mentoring
Right,
is,
it's in the name.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the name. It's what this is made
Yeah.
for, and it's proven to be successful far and wide. So, um, having everything inclusive within that is just going to make everything easier for everyone, for sure.
Are you able to log in to your account and just kind of do a little short
I,
test drive on it, or no?
I can't right
Okay.
now.
Okay. No worries.
We're waiting on a few
That's
things.
that was
So
going to be my next
we'll
question. Yeah.
we'll hiccup, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 Understood. So I guess going back to the schedule, what ultimately mentor mentee time allowed to the program? Are we talking, you know, 40, 80, 100 hours? What's kind of what's the thought process behind the amount of time that somebody might need to? I mean, obviously, a mentee wouldn't. Time doesn't matter, but maybe on a mentor side, somebody who's busy or something like that. What do you think in time slide is? Time allotment is.
I think for the mentor mentee one-on-one meetings, we were, allocating 1 to 2 hours per session.
Yeah.
I would assume that the roundtable discussions would be, and the group sessions might be a little bit longer. And then you're going to have maybe a few hours of time filling out questionnaires. So I would, per session, I would say maybe 4 hours.
Sure. Yeah. So max of 40 hours of your time over the next 6 months, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, it should be something where, it's not, we have March to September, but it's not
Sure.
your every week or every day or
Yep.
once a week. Like,
Yeah. You have 2 weeks for a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can be as flexible as a mentor or a mentee as you want. That's kind of hopefully in the pairings we'll figure some of that out. And
Mhm.
yeah, as far as the socialing group, probably somewhere around an hour-ish, maybe a little bit more, like a typical mentoring Mondays meeting.
Yes,
We'll just
right. Yeah,
schedule them on Mondays,
yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah, we try to stay to 90 minutes, but yeah, no, I love
yeah,
it.
and you know, seeing that this runs through the summer, yes, it is through the summer, but
Mhm.
we're all busy, but you have 2 weeks to meet once. So
Yeah,
it's
Definitely
not
doable.
per se difficult, but you do have to, if you're looking for that mentor or if you're wanting to help that mentee, you just commit. You just
exactly.
make that your goal.
Absolutely. Yep. Love it.
Did we touch base on the progress tracking too?
Just real quick, it just kind of highlighted. It was a next page down, I think. I thought I saw
Well,
it.
I mean, that's something too, right? Because you can
23.
kind of get lost within those weeks of like what's
Yeah.
going on and what you set. So I think, again, the platform is just, it's great. I don't want to say it's a one-stop shop, but it's
Yeah.
just great. It tracks, and reminders and scheduling. It's a form of communication. So it's super, super easy to use. Hopefully we can do a demo that would, I mean, we're obviously going to have a demo when we get things started, kind of show everybody how to use the platform, just unable to right now.
Yep.
But I like that we can progress track, because then at the end, when you're doing your questionnaires or you're answering, excuse me, your questionnaires, you're like, yeah, like I did grow. I did kind of develop a little bit, and you can visualize and you can see like, yeah, you're getting something out of this. And that's what our ultimate goal is. So
Yeah. And George threw in the chat, if you can't devote that limited amount of time to your growth, you really might not want to be motivated.
right.
You really might not be that motivated. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So,
so yeah.
I know there's a few other things in the packet, like how to be a mentor, how to be a mentee, the SMART goals.
yep.
Yeah,
If that was something that I know this we're not a typical session where we're reading off a PowerPoint, but that's obviously open discussion. Anybody ever wants to chime in, it's always good that if someone goes back and watches this, or is thinking about signing up to be either one of those, they can
Yeah.
always hear some feedback.
yeah, I'm
So
gonna pull up the QR code quick. So
And then at the end, there's also like questions, maybe frequently asked questions that, maybe we didn't touch base on. There's answers to those questions. So
Of those on the call, who would want who is looking for to be a mentee? There's a react button down the bottom, and you can either like raise your hand and I can see it in the chat, or you can do a thumbs up or something like that. But who's looking for mentees? Who wants to be a mentee? Ah, there's the QR code. There you go. Nobody's. Oh, there we go.
Dylan.
Who else? Anyone? Who's listening? Who's still listening?
Well, we might have bored him to death.
who wants to be a mentor?
That was going to be the next question. Who wants to be a
Trent, I
mentor?
don't see your reaction.
Yeah, right.
yeah, Trent, this isn't one of those times where you say no either.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I wouldn't say no on that one. There you go. David.
Yeah,
I love it,
David.
David. All right. Who else? Oh, Dustin to be a mentor. Are you nice? Yeah, there you go. Cool. Okay.
Hey, I've got a curious question. When it comes, and I'm a little late to this meeting. I was in a no service area.
You're good.
This is Nathan Robinson speaking. When it comes to being a mentor or even a mentee, what are the goals for a mentor to be teaching the mentee? Is it based on like individual mentee requests? Like, hey, I want to, go through the CST program and you can get mentorship for that? Or is it mainly working towards licenseship for the mentees?
There you go, Taylor. There's your opportunity to go back and talk to about the six.
Yeah, so we have a list of choices, key card choices that the mentors and the mentees are going to be able to choose from. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 key cards, and from those, the mentors and mentees are going to choose 6. And each of those key cards provides an introduction, some conversation starters, a few questions that give them both some perspective to guide the discussion, as well as some useful resources and links that they can use to um, further enhance their knowledge on those topics.
And I'm sure, if anything, oh, go ahead, Nathan.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, thank you for the answer. Because again, I'm late, so I didn't get to hear all that. That's cool that it's a wide spectrum. That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's going to be, I guess, maybe part of those roundtable conversations too might be, not to kind of like sidetrack conversations, but if somebody, to Nathan's point, hey, I want to take a CST, who can you hook me up with, right? And maybe that's where the networking aspect and that social event or, peer-to-peer type stuff comes into play during those roundtables. This mentee this mentee is looking for additional things. Justin just threw in the chat, I'm looking for mentorship on how to run a small business. That's probably not going to be covered under this program, but who can we put Justin in contact with that might be willing to do those things outside of these things, right? So I think that's part of that kind of growing that network aspect of it too.
And I wouldn't say like that topic couldn't be covered necessarily,
Sure.
because like there's a topic on leadership, and
Yeah.
it may be project and people management, but some of that could also be if you're
Yeah.
talking to your mentor, and this could also come in the pairing. It's
Yeah.
hey, maybe I want to branch out on my own. That is leadership. You're leading your own company, so
Right.
it it's something that we'll have to check the key cards, Taylor and Stacy, but topics aren't meant to be very specific, like you will talk about this. It is to get the conversation going, lead it to wherever you need it to be, and then you and your mentor can decide where to lead that.
Yeah. George just threw in the chat. Taylor, would you be able to, do you have like those key cards as a Word doc? Or is it something you just have?
Yeah, I'll type them up and put them in the chat here
Ah,
quick.
there you go. Okay, cool. And I'll throw those on the kind of the notes, the meeting notes as well that go with this. But yeah, and so I guess to Nolan's point, it just part of those depends on some of those questions, I guess, that can be as part of the mentoring questionnaire is, do you want to provide mentorship for, business, or do you want to provide business leadership? And then another question would be, are you interested in starting your own business, I guess, right? And then that kind of the AI pairings. So what do you guys have the questionnaire? Can you go over some of the questions?
Best I could do is tell them how not to run a small business.
Amen. Amen.
I think we're all on that boat. The old "don't do it" question, right? Do you have any of the typical questions that might be asked on the application? Do you guys have that pared down yet? Or is that something that's coming?
Taylor, did you start any of that, or
It's
like our last
very,
working
very
item?
rough.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done typing this up, I can pull it up and maybe go through some of the questions. There's the basic questions, what state do you live in? What's your level of education and experience? What are some of your focuses right now? Where do you want to be? What are some of your um, hobbies and interests outside of work? Because, there's definitely a good way to bond with a fellow surveyor that enjoys woodworking.
Nice. Yeah, hey, get it.
What are you trying to pull up?
I do have it pulled up right now.
Oh, okay.
I just was going to read off some of the questions that we have on the application that would be
Yeah.
relevant to mentors and mentees outside of the provide all of your personal information.
Right.
especially
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
comes
yeah.
to
Exactly.
security.
Yeah.
But I think Wyatt was even asking, background experience, current level education, it could be just
Okay.
like high school, undergraduate,
Yep.
graduate, or other.
Okay.
What is your job title? Are you the I man? Are you the rod man? Are you a crew chief? Are you a helper? Like, are you the
Mhm.
second man on the crew? Are you just CAD tech? What kind of experience are you getting, basically?
Okay.
And what kind of goals and expectations are you looking for? And that's going to be important when we're down the road and kind of seeing that progress and tracking, right?
Very cool.
We've got mentorship approach in there. So what's your preferred method of communication? That's going to be important too, right? Because we want,
And vice versa with the mentor. Like,
yeah.
as a mentor, what is your style or approach? What's your goal setting? What's your personal development? How do you build somebody's skills? So
Perfect. Oh, there you go. Threw it in the, for those that have the chat window open, Taylor threw them in there. Conflict resolution, problem solving, ethics and professionalism, importance of licensure and certification, uh, networking with peers and clients, teamwork and communication, understanding industry and emerging technologies, understanding the surveyor's role in a multidisciplinary industry, and work-life balance and time management. So those will be some good ones.
I mean, it's the pilot year. So, if you don't see what you don't like
Yeah,
at the end of the session, or if you see something maybe didn't spark your attention this year, always email out and voice your opinion. So,
yep.
Yeah, we're always looking for more ideas how to make this program better. Because again,
Mhm.
it's it's for you. So, if it's not working for you, we need to make it work for you. So,
Hey, Wyatt, since you're the youngest one with the camera on, is this something that looks like it'd be interesting to you? And what about like those topics and that kind of stuff? Is that stuff that can help you in there you go.
Yeah, I actually think this is like perfectly tailored to where I'm at in my career right now. I'm waiting for my LSAT results
Oh,
probably
sweet.
tomorrow,
Oh, sweet.
and yeah, and just kind of looking for information on how to how to be a good professional surveyor.
Yeah.
I don't have any there's no other employees at the moment. Leadership stuff, uh, I'm not good at that. I don't, well, maybe not. I don't know. Um,
Don't know
stuff
till
I'd
you
like to
try.
learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But
Awesome.
this looks like a great list of things that I would like to learn and talk about.
Cool. Perfect. Love that.
where are you out of by chance?
Um, I'm out of Central Washington. I'm in Wenatchee.
Okay.
Do
Awesome.
you know Alex?
Alex,
Is it Cho? I always butcher her last name. Alex Taylor, will you help me? Or Stacy?
spelled chose. I don't know if it's actually
Yeah,
chose.
I always
Um,
refer to her as Alex. I never say her last name. But if could you pop your email in the chat? I'd like to introduce you
yeah,
to her at least. So
Yep.
she is the current Washington State YSN. So she'd be a great resource. And she happened to be spoiler alert, the voice of the packet. So she is a very good resource. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she just did a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago, the Washington kind of YSN update as well. So, but I would
and
imagine Amy, you're probably looking for like David Evans and associate staff, like trying to support them, or are you looking for your own kind of mentee mentorship stuff?
No, I'm the HR person for the
Yeah.
survey group at DEA. So
Yeah.
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 Just
That's what I
really-
figured. So that's what I figured. Yeah.
I see Mitchell hiding in the corner over here. So
Nice. And is Mitchell mentee or mentor? Where are we at? I wonder what he's doing. Does he chime in? He's too shy.
I'd bug Jeff, but I don't want to bug Jeff. I do want to bug Will, but he turned his camera off, so he's got to be working. Yeah, I haven't seen
He's working in the
Regan hit the
background.
chat, so
Right here, ready to go.
all right, all right. How about you, sir? You're very involved with your Arizona YSN. Where do you see this fitting in?
I think it's great. Yeah. Looking at I scanned the deal on the screen, so looking at all those different topics, and they look good. I mean, I like the platform too. I mean, when I first onboarded right out of college, the company I worked for was pretty big, and they had a mentoring program as well. And it was a long time ago. It was not this structured at all. But I think their idea was to put you with somebody that wasn't really right in your fishbowl, right? Like somebody that did something a little bit different, but that you had something else in common with kind of outside the office, So they put me with an old Baja racer, and I mean, we'd go to lunch, and we hardly even talked about work very much, but all the questions about well, because when you start at a big company, you just feel like you're another spoke in the wheel. You don't really understand the way the big picture of it works and the different avenues that you have and stuff like that. So it was definitely a good a good route to have. It kind of dwindled away once the economy kind of crashed and all that stuff happened, but no, I think you've got some good programs, and this what's it called, mentornity.
Yeah, exactly. We all have a hard time with that.
We're all in the committee and we butcher it every time, so don't
Oh,
worry.
that's all right. No, I think that's great that it has like an algorithm or something that does it so that it is what it is, and it shouldn't really matter. I mean, we're all so separated on the national level with this thing, so I think it'll do good, and I'm in.
Love it.
So good job, you guys. That's a lot of work. I know how much time it takes to put this stuff together when you're not at work. Good job on that.
Yeah, and to put it together in 5 months, that's 4 to 5 months. It's a lot. And so, and like, as you said, I mean, we still have another month plus of still trying to wrap up the fine details and get certain things together. So I guess that would be kind of your call, Taylor or Stacy. What can people help you with from a mentor side? That I know you're reaching out for different resources that can be tied to each one of these, and so, or maybe mentority has some of this stuff already in it. Good Lord, that's the weirdest name. But I guess we won't, we don't know until we start to get logged in on some of that stuff. But
Yeah, I think the big thing is just, filling out an application to be a mentor and a mentee. That's the biggest way that you can help us out is get this program up and running.
Yeah.
And spread the word.
Right.
We're always open to hearing ideas for, key cards or topics of discussion. Because, yeah.
Well, like you said, I mean, these are the first 6, and so let's see, go through the first course and be the first kind of guinea pigs as I go through the program, and then see what 2026 brings and how things change and stuff like that. But be willing to, roll with the punches as it's a new program, and so make sure that everybody's got the patience to kind of go through it and take the time to learn everything and be able to provide that information. So, and I would imagine a mentor can go ahead.
For success story, just speaking on top of just FIG and what's happened in Australia and Africa. Obviously this year we're going through NSPS. We were hoping to go through with them just because we are part of FIG YSN, but I mean, Africa and Australia started with small numbers too, maybe like 20s. I believe both of them are up to almost the 200s now.
Nice.
So we were trying to piggyback and get onto their amount of seats. Unfortunately, they only had like 20 available, and then they also asked us if we would open it up to Americas. So 20 mentors and mentees spread across 2 continents.
Yeah.
We we debated it, but I think we're going to take the charge for the America regions and prove that it can be something good. So,
Right.
200 is a big number, and I think we can get just to there or pass it. So,
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. Totally.
just got to sign up, got to spread the word, you got to
Yep.
participate. And I already got the first application going to Will, so heck yes.
I love it.
I know we're close to an hour, so but I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
any questions, comments, feedbacks, we'll
please.
take it. There's 7 of us on the committee, or 6. There's myself, Taylor, Stacy. Also shout out to Alex, Catherine, Tim, and Logan. So yeah, that's 7 of us. So um, it takes a village sometimes, and I'm very proud of them. I know Trent said that, we've done it in like 5 months, and Stacy might start blurting out that I'm a slave driver and my fault, but I'm very proud of this group, and there's another group doing other committee stuff. So
Yeah, exactly.
shameless plug for the YSN too if anybody wants to join. So
Heck yeah. How many, I guess, again, raise the hands on who's current members of YSN on here? Adrian?
Yeah, my hand's raised.
Yeah, right. I know. I was thinking of
attaboy, Dustin.
I don't know how to raise my hand on Zoom.
there you go. That's all right. You're good. Yeah, it's on the phone. It's a little different format. Yeah. It's like
Nathan,
put my camera on.
where are you out of, Nathan?
Phoenix area.
Oh, nice.
Currently in my office right now.
There you go. So you are tied in with Dustin and Will. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I even see we got Matt Buchanan here as well.
All right.
I talked him into it on his way home from work. I said, "Come on, man."
That's awesome.
Good.
Matt's really good. Also,
Well, hey Matt. I don't hear you or see you, but hey Matt.
That's awesome.
One curiosity I have is, what are all the platforms, or I guess all the ways to spread the word about this? I know through the YSN groups. Is it going to be pushed through the specific, like for us, APLS, all the professional land survey groups as well?
So I have sent out multiple emails through the YSN email list that we have. If your state coordinator has not gotten you the information, please let me know. It is free to blast out to your state society, your chapter, whoever. Take it wherever you need to, send it to whoever you need to. It's free to roam to whoever, but Dick, since he just signed on. But
Dick, wrong time zone, dude. Wrong time.
Oh no.
But no, I mean, it's been sent out. It's not hidden. I mean, as soon as we get the registration link set up, I mean, there'll be blasts out again. It's going to be, we run socials on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Sorry, no Twitter, but if you see it, share it, repost it. I mean, this is digital age. We all get knowledge by sharing it and
Spiderweb
along. So
yeah, Spiderweb. Have you you get either maybe Trish or Tim to push it out to the executive director's emails? That's what I was going to suggest as well. But
yes, they have the information. I'll bug them again about it. So
yeah, make sure it goes to there.
we'll get Chrissy to push it out through APLS.
Yep. Yeah, sure. She can do Washington, Nevada, and Arizona. So
yeah. I know Alex spoke about it in the Washington YSN update. It was about 2 weeks ago, I believe. She mentioned it as well, letting people know that that's starting up and they can sign up for that. And there was interest through that Washington YSN as well.
Yep.
I mean, we're hoping that we at least get 25 mentor mentees. Like we said, we've talked at the XCOM level of NSPS, and they're fine with pushing it up to 100 or 150. So that mean 50 mentors, 50 mentees, 75 mentors, 75 mentees. Our success will come from people just pushing up and signing up. So taking it up the ladder.
Before we sign off, do you want to talk about I don't know if we're done talking about this one yet, but don't forget to talk about the upcoming conference.
Oh, you want me to put that in too? Okay.
Shameless. No, it's not shameless shit. Talk about
this. Was Taylor and Stacy's.
Well, that's why I said I don't know if we're done with this, but before you get done, before you
I've said all I need to say, Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was FIG too.
Stacy, anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry. No, I know I cleared my throat. Bad timing. No, I'm good.
So shameless plug, as Trent said, also have sent a save the day out to the membership, but there should be a post coming this week. So
Okay. I was gonna say I look for it.
Thanks for reading my mind, but
Yeah.
there will be a post coming out this week about what's going to be happening in the fall. It will be October. I think the dates on it are 17 and 18, but we might be switching it to 16, 17. It's a Friday and a Saturday. It will be in Minnesota in conjunction with the NSPS business meeting. But we will be running, which would be essentially the first NSPS YSN conference, but in joint with FIG, the second America's meeting. So we've already, Stacy and Taylor aren't on that committee, but we've already talked to a few people in the South America region, what it used to be called. So the chance that you will meet surveyors from outside the US is actually high.
Nice.
And young surveyors, I should say. So
awesome. And then only because I know you're going, want to chime in about is it Sean? FIG? Oh, there it goes.
Oh, yes, and if you want to go travel to Australia, that's coming up in April. It's gonna be a busy few months of travel for myself because that's right before spring break. But so every other year there's a surveyors or young surveyors conference and then there's a young surveyors meeting. So I believe last year was at Africa's meeting. It held in conjunction with Working Week. This year will be the FIG Young Surveyors Conference in Australia. It is in Brisbane. Yes, I will be going because I just signed up with the early bird special as of yesterday. And technically, the early bird special ended 7 minutes ago. So sorry. But you can still sign up. I think it's going to be a great time. I've actually talked to Marcus, and he thinks I might be on a panel. But
oh, cool.
It should be a 2-day event, and then it rolls right into Working Week. So
nice. Very cool.
George, you're never too old to participate. We call those supporting members.
Love
it. John Holhall would beat you up right now if he was here.
Yeah. He would. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, that was good stuff. How about people watching it later or people who might want to chime in later and send you emails? Where are we sending emails to? For questions, answers?
I won't put in the chat because if you're watching it for later, but it is just NSPS Young Surveyors at gmail.com.
Okay. NSPS Young Surveyors at gmail.com.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Dick, are you signing up for a mentor?
You know, I'm trying to decide that if they all want an old fart that's kind of disconnected, but I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
I wanted the 45-year-old mentors to sign up first. So,
all right.
Hey,
you got an application behind Will.
Oh, there you go. Second wave.
That's right.
Where's the best place to get your schedule for the young surveyors, the survey competition at the spring meeting?
The schedule, right now, just online. If you go under the education tab, I know the NSPS website's not the easiest to navigate, but if you go under the education tab, the first one below that should be student competition.
Oh, okay. All right. Wasn't thinking that way. Cool. Thank you.
And then it has the information form right there.
Because we might have Zach from Wisconsin. I might be taken to Day on the Hill. I'd love to do that, but we're going to keep it real loose for him so he isn't tied down. But I don't know that he'd be. Did Wisconsin field a team? I'm
Uh,
asking you.
I do not have the final names of the teams. I can tell you there's 18 bachelor and maybe seven because I think we have 25 signed up. I think there's seven associates. So
They were going to have to do the combined route because I don't think one school was going to field a team as last I heard. I don't know if Jerry heard anything.
shameless plug once again, if you are a YSN member or know someone that's a YSN member, we'll always take a helping hand at the student competition. So
And that'll be the Monday and Tuesday, right? So the 8th, 7th. Oh,
Monday will be the pre-meeting
oh,
for
okay.
everything. Tuesday and Wednesday are the competitions. Monument hunt one day,
Okay.
field exercises the other day. Half the schools do one, half the schools do the other. They flip-flop the second day. And then Thursday will be the awards at lunch. And the
Okay.
YSN meeting will follow
Okay.
after that.
So I thought you had 3 groups this year. I was wondering how you're going to do that, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
Our only hiccup right now is obviously we want to have students go to or not, but YSN go and participate on Day in the Hill, but
Yeah.
obviously that draws from our numbers, so we just need a head count of who's going to Day on the Hill, who's going to not, so we can throw somebody out running 13 miles in the field for 6 hours. So, and if you don't think that's, or if you don't think that's possible, you can always ask Taylor or Stacy if they've ever done 13 miles. I know I've done 11 at least with a team. So,
Yep. Okay. So Monday night would be the meeting, like details meeting, and then Tuesday, Wednesday is competition. Okay. Got it.
correct.
Nice. So shortened it up by a day for schools flying in and out. One less day at hotel too. So okay,
Yep.
nice. Awesome. Anything else we want to get out? YSN related?
Man, you made me get it all out. I
I
think
know, it's good stuff.
I've trust me, I've tried to do enough and make sure this group is active, and they've done nothing but support me. So,
Well, we're
Trent does dentistry on the side too. He's good at pulling stuff out.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, like we said, we're 6 weeks away, so it's 6 weeks away from student comp and 4 weeks away from open enrollment, basically for this mentorship bracket. So it's coming quick, faster than we all know. George has got his hand up. We love George.
Just happy to see the interest from the young people in this profession.
Exactly.
We need them. I'm obviously a pretty good example of why. This is year 41, I think, of being licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And the profession has been awesome to me. I mean, I've had good mentors all along the way, and I hope I've taken time and advantage of the ability to give something back. But it's just really, really exciting to see the interest from younger people in this profession. We got to keep it going. We got to get it going even better, because obviously the fact that I'm above average for age for surveyors is first time I've been above average in a long time, but not the way I want to be above average. Let's put it that way. But great session. Good on you guys for the hard work you're putting in, and
nice.
It's going to breed success.
Awesome. Good stuff, George. Anybody else? I know can always run a little short. Doesn't matter, but.
Oh, we're over, aren't we? Stacy was worried we wouldn't have enough time, and here we are, like what, 15 minutes over?
Yeah. No, well, you try to do 4 to 5:30, so we're always good. But yeah, no, you guys are totally fine as long as we got everything out. The email's out there. It was also on that doc. You can go to, as Nolan said, go to NSPS website, go to education, click on student comp, click on the competition details. There is the Young Surveyors email there, nspsyoungsurveyors@gmail.com. Questions, comments. I know Stacy and Taylor are looking for information to kind of fill up those cue cards. So if anything piqued your interest there that you are passionate about, obviously you shoot an email to them as well. We can certainly get some of that information into the key cards. So I love it. If nobody's got any other questions, have an
Thank
amazing
you all for
week.
sticking around.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right, everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you. Thank you, Trent, for having us. I really
Of course.
appreciate it.
No, of course.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Sorry it was late.
No, all right. No worries, Dick. Bye, guys.
You were up against free $10 for the gambling machines and $10 roasted chicken.
That's awesome. I love it. Bye, guys.